everyone, and welcome to the RV Inspection and Care podcast and video. I'm Dwayne, and I'm a certified RV inspector, and today we're going to be talking about luxury Class C motorhomes that I can recommend for you. The Class C segment of the RV industry is incredibly popular, and there's very good reasons for this. There's a lot of advantages to Class C motorhomes. For instance, they're smaller than Class A's. They're bigger than Class B's. So they're the Goldilocks syndrome. They are not too small, they're not too big, they're just right for a lot of RVers. And they're also easier to drive than like a Class A. So that's good for RVers that don't spend a lot of time in their RV. It makes it a more pleasant driving experience. They also have slides in them. That's something you often don't find in the Class B. And they're great for families. They can sleep a lot of people. So there's very good advantages to having a Class C motorhome. But the question is this: do they make luxury Class C motorhomes with lots of amenities and lots of features? The answer to that question is yes, they do. However, they're no longer Class Cs. Let's talk about that. First of all, Class C motorhomes are usually built on a commercial chassis like the Ford E350 or E450 chassis. And Ford doesn't put diesel engines in their chassis. They have gasoline engines. Now, there are advantages to gasoline engines in an RV too, because first of all, they cost a lot less than a diesel engine. So when you buy the RV, it's not going to be as much as you would pay for an RV that has a diesel engine in it. There's also more people that can work on gasoline engines, more repair facilities available to you, and they're overall cheaper to repair if it's a major repair than diesel. So there's a lot of advantages to gasoline engines. But when you start adding in luxuries, you know, the things that people really like bigger, longer slides that open things up a lot in the RV, or maybe a washer and dryer combination, or residential fridges, or larger beds and bigger bathrooms and dishwashers, and the list goes on and on. When you start to add these luxuries in to a Class C, well, the weight goes up and up and up and up, and it can no longer be handled by those commercial E350 and E450 chassis. That's where diesel engines come in, because diesels can handle the big weight, the heavy weight. If you have any question about that, just talk to a trucker. He'll explain it to you. And by the way, when's the last time you saw a big commercial truck going down the road with a heavy load that had a gasoline engine in it? You know, yes, it's true. Diesels have the torque that's needed to get big, heavy loads up and moving and move them safely down the highway. So here's the question. Once you have all this added weight that has exceeded the weight of a normal Class C chassis, is it really a Class C anymore? Well, some people say yes, it still is, because it's got that cab over that comes out in the front that you can sleep in. Well, you know, I just can't buy into the fact that a feature like that defines a whole class of RVs. It really should go by size and weight and things along that line. So the reality is that when you move beyond the capability of a gasoline engine, you're in a whole new field at that point. And the weight and size of these luxury motorhomes is what is called the Super C. Yes, it's a marketing term, but it's more or less recognized these days that a luxury Class C motorhome is actually a Super C. And there's lots of manufacturers of these Super C motorhomes. On the lower end, you have Nexus that will build you a Super C for a little over $200,000, and that's not bad. But you can go all the way up in the luxuries and the features into Newmar, who will build you a Supreme Air for over $600,000. So that's quite a range. But here's the good news, folks. You've got a lot of brands and manufacturers in between those two extremes that build a lot of different price points. And really what it comes down to is how many luxury features they're building into the motorhome. That's how much it's going to cost you. Now, I have a couple of guidebooks that can be very helpful in this area. If all of this is kind of confusing to you and you're wondering, well, what brands should I choose from? I've created a used Class C and Super C guidebook and a new Class C and Super C guidebook. And they really explain the brands that are putting out quality and what models you should be looking for. So that's an idea for you if you think that'll be helpful for you. But let's talk about who really should buy Super C RVs. Well, Super Cs are really good choices for full-time RVers, people that are going to be living in the RV. They're also good for snowbirds, you know, folks that are going to be spending lots of time, months at a time in an RV. It's great for these kind of folks because they can have the comforts of home with them. And when you're spending a long time in an RV, it's a good thing to have those kind of features, those luxury amenities and so on. Class C motorhomes, on the other hand, are very good for families who like to go out on weekend excursions or vacation in them. They're not going to be living in it for a long time, so the lack of all those little extra luxury features is not going to be a major problem for them while they're in the RV. So it depends on really what you're going to do with your RV as to which class you should choose, either the regular Class C or the Super C. My point of this video is this: if you want a luxury Class C motorhome, you need to be looking for a Super C. The truth is that the Super Cs are not made to compete with Class Cs at all. They are made to compete with Class A's, and not just any Class A, with the diesel pusher segment of the Class A industry. That's why we say it's in a whole class by itself. When you're not even competing with a Class C anymore, it's not a Class C. It is a Super C competing with diesel pushers. That's how many luxury features they actually build into those RVs. There are a lot of confusing terms used in RV marketing, and this is one of them. You know, C, Super C, there's the Class B, the B+, and so on, things like that. But what I wanted to do is make this video and help clear up some of the confusion about what a luxury Class C motorhome really is. Folks, don't go looking for Class C motorhomes if you want luxuries and amenities. You want a Super C. Well, that's it for now. Have safe and happy travels, my friends. Until next time.